people for that. Thank you so very much for deciding to come hang out this beautiful sunny morning. This awesome day our Heavenly Creator allotted us to learn a few lessons. Life is a lesson if we're willing to listen. Is there anybody at all listening? If you'd like to join us in a prayer, a very sincere prayer. Whose Father? Our Father, who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Hallowed be thy name. See, it became flesh. That name. Thine kingdom, not its king, thine kingdom come, thine will be done on earth as it is, was, will forever be, in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. Like that. The hell in a handbasket. For thou is the power. Oh, she said power. Mighty power. The kingdom and the glory forever. And Yeshua Mashiach, the King of the new heaven and earth. We pray. Amen. And just like Bet said, in the heart of every man, every human. So, it would so happen that the enemy has thoroughly bugged up my phone, so it's extremely difficult to do any Twitch streams. I've spoke to my daughter last night, and I'll talk to her again this evening about maybe getting me a new phone. Shutting it off, turning it on, restarting it, all that stuff, putting a little ... and L7, just mixing things around a little bit. Sometimes it'll go through, but I could show you now what it looks like. It's just a mess. So, that's okay. This too shall pass. And thank you all so very much for your prayers. And and as a dog returns to its dander, Casey. Oh, I love you, Casey. Rebecca. Always praying. Deborah Rose. I'm always praying. John, all y'all. There they go. Always trying to distract us. Trying to keep us off. That's what they do, Casey. All that stuff, they're all like gang stalkers. It's all just demonic-filled humans with, skin not so tightly stretched over them anymore. It's starting to fall apart, people. You see it, right? You see it all starting to fall apart around you. These are demons with human skin stretched, like I said, not so tightly around them. That's the first time, the second time I've had that window open in a while. 3 times a lady, and I love you. Yes, you once, twice, because where 2 or more gather, there it is. There's that thrice. Isn't that nice? Well, it's a lot better than having 2 Allen wrenches right here. I had 2 Allen wrenches. One this way. It was pretty good support. Man, you never want to wrap your hands. Not doing tree arbor work. Not tree feller stuff. The boss is he's a good man. He's a good man. And like us all, man, the burdens that we bear, not even ours. They're not ours, but they're ours if we, like you said, you just meet them head on. Then it must flee. Once you then you become a driving force. Don't lend it any space all up in that bullshit anyway, right? We know that. We all know. And the people that keep pushing that stuff, well, you start to see now what was never meant to be and used as an illustration. See, he takes that which isn't, which the enemy has used as harm, he's using for good. You see what's happening? It's all being reversed, and I got to get going here pretty soon. But I've been trying, and I'm just done with this now. This one here, yeah, they finally bugged it up good enough now to where I don't give it any. You don't want to give it any life. See, that's the thing. The other thing too, you start paying. So I asked you, Melly, and you look great. I was concerned about the pout, but hey, you get yourself into it, and we'll build you up. I get myself into, but people, when they know, oh, it's alive and living. It's sharp, right through the flesh, bone, and marrow, and is a discerner of the thought and intent of the heart. And it's the intent and motive that's going to be in question. That's what's going to be in balance. I've seen it. I've seen the scales. Which, actually, I got to put that away. I was supposed to do it last night. But, gosh, once I got to cooking them steaks and putting my new sheets on. But you look great. The pout, just let it go. Believe me, it's never it's never as bad or as difficult or as burdensome as it seems. You ever had something that was coming up, or maybe you were being reprimanded for something, and you're thinking, God, this is it. God, if you just get me out of this one. If you ever been in that position, and you truly, really, and that's it. It's the motive. It's the intent of the heart, and being, stuck in the flesh. He's coming in that fulfillment through us. And the Word became flesh. Through all those struggles, see, there's victory. There's always victory. Because he takes that which isn't and makes it as if it were, as if it always has been, as if it are. I got all them shirts. 8 months. Oh, I think it's been, what, about 3 months? Well, thanks for letting me know she sent those, so I could let her know, like right now. Cheer up, Charlie. It's like a Charleston chew. Now and later, You may suffer a little now, but later, woo! All glory. But you see, congratulations, Hannah, because, being in this carnal, you feel obligated, and the Lord's like, son, remember, you just said intent. And so sometimes, we gotta heed to our own, dare I say, preaching, teaching, no, just passing of the. Sometimes when that hits the fan, when you got these fans and it's just hitting it. Sometimes it lands on unintended targets. However, that deep cleaning, all that cleaning, people will just come out of the woodwork. They'll see a struggle. They'll know, because that spirit knows. That's why we build each other up. We don't tear each other down. No, that's the enemy's job, and he's very subtle at how it does it. Extremely. Just like the Alex Jones, he's a shitbag. Shitbag. He ain't cut. He's not welcome here. He's not. Believe me, you don't have to. Don't have to like, believe, or even understand it. It's all going to become extremely clear. Same with Gump. They're the same, cut from the same. It's a filthy rag, shall I say? It ain't even linen. It's a shit rag. It's a rag, and the life is in the blood, and out with Casey. Right out with it. Now you can throw that right out. Just throw it right out. Casey. And the Sunshine Band. See, we're all gone as far as the east is to the west. That's what that is. You stand plumb true. The only north that's just absent of north. Nobody taught me this. You need no one to teach you anything. The Holy Spirit will teach you what you need to know. And you want to carry that around for a while. You're thinking, oh God, I grew up thinking I was a freak already. Oh, yeah. Peculiar? Least likely? Oh, yeah. Where two or more gather. I definitely fit both that criteria. Absolutely. And now becoming that fulfillment. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, Mr. Bedondi. I hear, you see, we get little snide little, you know what it is? It's by that equal implication, right, Casey? That's when that slapping. Oh, Papa has to. I don't call him. I just try to follow him. That's all I do. But that mouth, whoo! Telling you, you said it. It's not what goes in and what comes out. You see, a little bit. You might want to put something in that and just get yourself. I got a little pony. My little pony's still running. No arbor work today. I'm going to walk you through here. I've got to get going. You know, I always say that, but you people, I love you so much. Once we get rolling, it's hard to stop a train. It's really, really hard to stop a train. Although we made sure I drug that brush, like he said. Boss said, make sure you watch that air conditioner there, Ian. He's like, hey, man, how you like this so far? Man, I really enjoy this. Hey, you don't have no problems taking order from a guy. A lot of people have issues taking order from a guy younger than them. I don't. I get over shit pretty easy now. I used to. See, that was one of the lies of the enemy, you know. Hey, man, it's all just talk. Respect is God-given. It's the trust that's earned. I'll take orders for pretty much anybody. Up to a point and an extent, there's a, you know. Oh, yeah. And the devil's right there. Oh, yeah. And he sat there, mane and tail. He just, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 hours. I don't know, and praying, weeping, just weeping. And they were just rushing in and out of the temple, which we are, the church, right? Going in and out, and they're all buying all these little birds and all kinds of little, you know. I heard it from a little bird. This little bird told me. This little bird told you, huh? Is that what you got? Bring it up here. Bring it up here. Go throw it up there. You can help him with all that shit, all that bird shit. You seen him, right? Your little orange Julius. He popped out of that box. You know who they were mocking, right? Bad to the bone. You guys don't know? We just rattled its cage. It had to do that. So you can see, and it's okay. See, we're already over it, aren't we, Mr. L? Millie, it's the same way. You just got to get up over it. Don't let it drag you down, because it will. Everything floats down there. And believe me, Trump, your little Alex Jones and all that, I wouldn't even utter the word. I wouldn't even utter the word. Don't give it any life. I'm not interested on what it appears to be. It has to do that. Even more so now. The more we seek, the more we find, the more we'll see. As those scales drop, those scales start to even out, and that account will balance. Plumb true. Hey, you could, like I said, it ain't Little Boy Blue, right? We know what Little Boy Blue, right, Joe? Oh, Joe. Hickory dickory. That clock, that's what it is. I bought underwear. I do need new socks, though. New socks, I can only bleach them so many times, right? Right, Hillary? We can only get them so fucking white. Isn't that right, Hillary? There's too many damn in the White House. Did he just actually say that? Did he just say that? So much to share, and I forgot. The boss just chimed in. The other boss, Matthew. That's right. It's not what goes in, but what comes out, right? Oh, that dog returning to its vomit. And always subtly trying to rope other people in, Casey. You'll see by equal implications. They'll rope. So subtle. Very manipulative. But a bad act. When you got the eyes of Christ, you'll see. Oh, you will see. Or you'll smell it first. You may not even see it. The gifts of the... You'll be, man, something smells like shit around here. But I'm supposed to be around, and that's how you'll know, because they clean the outside of the bowl, but inside, shitty and filthy as rags, and you just gotta get rid. You gotta get rid of it. You gotta cast it right out. Love hurts. I know it. Believe me, I was a glutton for punishment. Oh, I was a... Woo! And could be there 5 minutes from now. 6, actually. It'd take me 5 minutes to get ready, and I'd be in it in 6. And right back down we'd be digging. Well, where'd you find your bottom? What? Find what? I found my Huffy. All these dead people. And I was wondering, how the fuck do all these dead people die at the same time? How does all these people at Masonic home? Did you see that pen I found all up in that? I got my bike. You know, I heard Christ. I heard his voice. He said, son, fear not. I'm with you. I rode that motherfucker all around there. All around there. After that, nothing ever scared me. Death, where is your sting? No. Perfect love cast it right out. Right on out. Just like you, Millie. When your head was under them covers, we were right there. Right up in that cell. All up in it. Oh, I know that. I know those quite well. That's how I knew that was you. When you sent me that picture, I said, oh, I know. A little. And, not color snub, something emoji. You sent, right after it, you sent me a deal. Something, I just was thinking a glass of wine, and then all of a sudden, I don't know how I mix the two together, but sometimes, I know how that is, like a, man in a can type thing. In this case, if I had in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do, I'm going to get rid of that shit right there. First damn thing. All this stuff right here, they're trying to distract us, Casey. They're not even people, really. And these people, when you see them looking at you like that, when you see them around there, it's not... These demons, they cannot approach you without being around people that are not in the fold, that are sealed at the moment. They use their energy to get... That's how they do it. That's why he says, who is my mother? Who is my brother? Because they'll use those people too. Because those are the ones you love. And that love drops these barriers down, and bad company corrupts good character, see? Bad company. Oh, Siegel. Yes. And there's that seal. And you got to go. And sometimes you got to kick the dust, and you got to move. And you got to, and you'll no longer run. You're running a race, but you're doing it in style. Another one bites dust. And old Nelly, I think she's the one that had that. It was bright and early, so they had no reason to have that, there at the Ark, where they play the carnival there. Doom, doom, doom. And, you get to walking like you got, that's a good, humble pride and ego. That's a good thing, But it wants to tear you down to the point where, you'll suck up all this narcissism. It really is just fear, Mr. Carrico. And speaking of which, and my love to your Royal Highness Donna. I gotta go up and see her. Back up to Happy Valley, Casey. Oh, you'd be real surprised. What's in that? I've seen what's in there. What's under there. Oh, it's no good. Remember we discussed this a long time ago. Remember, Millie? Remember? Long time ago. There was Big Mike. Big Mike was right there. Oh, they're gonna cut my throat. They're gonna cut my throat. And they make sure they were gonna do it with the same knife that I fancy. Isn't that something? And the Lord said, don't fear anything, son, or I'm with you. I'm in you. See, they got their ball. They got their chains. And that's really what they got. Sweet like candy to my soul, sweet you rockin', sweet you roll. And he's just in that, and when he's doing that for Howard, can you imagine? He wasn't going to do it. See, it's not what goes out with you, right, Dan? And he wasn't going to do that, but the Spirit, he said a little prayer. And as a human thinketh, he said, yeah, I'll look at you when I get to the good part. See, so he had to be abrasive and cane Abel. See, he's very able. Now everything's being switched around. And it gave him that boldness that he needed. That's it too. He's that's it. That's absolutely it. Okay, I'm gonna walk you around here real quick, and then I gotta get going. I'm thinking, let's see, how much gas did My Little Pony have in it? Because I didn't hear it for a minute, I thought maybe I ran out of gas. Phone's all bugged up. I'm gonna probably have to get another one. I'm the king of the castle, you're the dirty rascal, crash into me. And it's that living water just crash. And there's so many beautiful things when you think, and look at this. Look at this. She's now following me. She's now following me. This one here. Yeah. Well, we got it out of the back of a Sears catalog right there. I said, look, sister. I said, can we just get right to the toy section? I just wanted to be a little boy. I couldn't even kill a little boy. It's a failure. It's a failure. A mega failure. Everything. You're starting to see everything tie together. Everything for every single thing. Every single thing has all been written from the foundations of from the earth. As he hovered over the faces of the deep. And it sat there. God, look, what can I do? He's like, okay, scarab beetle, the shit beetle. Ha ha. That's it. There's your confirmation. And that was it. It was literally that simple for it. And it complicated the whole thing. That's who helped build them pyramids, was the Nephilim, the giants. That's who helped build them. Not no ancient. There ain't no aliens. They're demons. There ain't nothing going anywhere, and ain't nothing. It's all local. It's very local. You want to talk about crazy, Casey? Don't even pay no mind to it. Oh, we're local, all right. We're 3 local. It was that 4 local that got me in trouble. No, it wasn't. It was that thought that let conceive. Once that thought conceives, woo! There's that birth again. So you got to be rebirthed. But got to die right there. Didn't even sleep in here last night. I slept on my new bed. New sheets. No, ain't no one sleeping on that bed except me and my wife. I'm not going to let no dog up there. Not even a little doggy. Not a rabbit, a dog, nothing. Matthew, also have pictures of the fence. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, brother. Like, you just texted me 1 minute ago. You can try to make that up if you want. Oh. Homo. I usually just say you fag. So don't, please. All right, I'm working on it. All right, you piece of shit or something. You know, it's all. It's. Look, 1 minute ago, you see it. Let's see if it'll. He's got pictures. Well, every picture tells a story. Now, it's blurry. I see it was blurry there. But you guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Why would I do that? See, that's why a lot of you won't call me. Because you're going to ask me a question you're afraid to the answer of. Well, you can't. Because you are that answer. Don't you know that? You can very much be that. You said it, Casey. As that old dander, you know. God, I had to get it all out. You have to get it out. A lot of times, if you just cut it off, you know. I don't know how a person, excessive shedding, no, that was demonic attack. Through the love. And I told him, I'm heading that way. I'm going to get those shirts. Nelly, I'm heading over that way. I still want to make my rounds. Got to do what I got to do, but I'm, you know, just a little hop, skip, and a jump on a plane, like when we came over and got the Saturn, the little red Saturn, and back to Gillum we went. DeQueen. That was one of the selling points. Oh, well, that's why I bought it. You drove all the way across it. Well, there was other things that brought that case back, brought that knife all the way back. Texarkana. Eastbound and down. Where was I going with that? Oh, flying. That's right. So we're going to fly. I brought all that up because I'd realized how, and I don't like to play. Not by their means, anyway. Oh, yeah, heading down. Right there, Big Mike. It was just suspended right there. So either it was a hologram or it was some fucking hocus pocus or some wizardry or something. But I'm telling you, I seen that big jet airliner and it wasn't that very, and it was just suspended. So I Googled it and I look, and there's this lady in California, also her and her children, they've filmed one also doing the same thing, defying the laws of physics, if there is, such a thing. Definitely don't want to say gravity. We'll call it just an upward and downward, and everything's going to be made perfect. It's all magnetism, so what it is, but they got you thinking ferrous, non-ferrous, and that, because magnetism. They don't want you to know that everything, we're transceivers. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, not human beings having a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. So we have these frequencies. That's why that little bell, when I seen what happened to that demon, our children, and then he asked me, Braden, just had him whip the shit out of all of them, got him out of there, just whipped them all. That's what got him killed. But what killed him was his broken heart. But that's what, his death sentence was all that was it, right? That was it. That was we got to just kill this dude right now. He just whipped them all up out of there. And he said, you're making my father's house a den of thieves. He said house. He said, my house has many mansions. You are the temple. You are that very reflection. That ark will be seen. And it's as you've seen it go at descent, it's going to be the same way. Whether you like, believe, or understand, I'm not interested. I don't need Mr. Clean. I'm not interested in your approval, buddy. And you can go ahead and you can just pull and you can drag and you can ensnare all the people you want. But I'll tell you, be cautious. Be very cautious, because you'll notice people that get involved and even things start to happen. And hey, I don't make the call. And I don't gloat, because I myself, I can't stand when I see things that are of that draw breath and have a pulse suffer. Anything. I don't care if it's I like spiders. Roaches, well, I'll kill a roach. There's a few things, but I don't kill anything that I don't eat. But when I see this destructive, these words, I see the spirit trying to be snuffed out. Now, they tried to kill the messenger, but they couldn't, so they wanted to try to restrain the message. They couldn't kill the messenger. The messenger, I was about ready to, that's the only way. That's why suicide, bad news. Bad news bears. Oh, you want to talk about a little Trumpy bear? Bad news. You could put that right in your little Alex Jones little shit and all his little supplements and all that bullshit, Bohemian Grove, and Alex Jones, he's a whistle, but no, he is a piece of shit that is so low down the totem pole when it comes to a demonic, this Luciferian Babylonian, and they can stack shit pretty high. He's so low down, he's so compartmentalized. It amazed me years ago. It doesn't anymore. Now I know we're coming to, especially more so today than yesterday, people that are still even at I was in court for 10 hours. I know a guy that was sentenced to 10 years in prison. A prison you wouldn't even be able to walk half a day on Main Line. I don't give a shit how badass you think you are. You ain't gonna walk half a day on Main Line. 10 years to an innocent man. While he went in spewing Trump's gun, God's using. Oh yeah. On top of losing one of his best friends. Mocking him the whole way. The whole way. Writing letters. Spreading the good news. Battling Satan at spiritual, emotional, physical levels, at being hit, being poisoned, constantly being poisoned. Poisoned. When it says you'll drink poison, never mentioned that before. Why would I? Well, I'm going to now. Poisoned. Put in rooms where my buddy's life, Yeah, they bicked his head, Danny boy. He lost a bet. Worked real hard on keeping him from tapping him out. I normally don't step in like that, you see. But I was becoming someone different. I said, thank you. I said, well, don't thank me. You thank Christ. I said, because I wasn't always this way. It's what's becoming. It's that fulfillment, you see. He said, your cup's going to flow over. We're a vessel. He bicked his head over a lie, Danny boy. Be careful. And was murdered. For all to hear and see. Of course, you know, the DOC workers, you know, they got time off for trauma. But the homicide detectives, the Mason County homicide detectives, they said, oh no, you got to leave all that blood right there. Right there. And that blood was, some of that blood, it was such a cast off the velocity, and I was learning stuff that I didn't want to know. Yeah. I was in there they had me in there for 10 hours. Yeah. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. I don't care nothing about any of your videos, what you got to say about anything, unless it has to do with Christ and the truth. And when you're dealing with that piece of shit, Alex Jones, you're being wrapped up in all. You don't think they could have took him out already? Same with Trump. Same damn thing. It's all a bunch of bullshit. But now you see that. It's not even so much, he said, if you go on willfully sinning after receiving the knowledge of the truth, there is no longer a sacrifice for sin. So there you go. So that once saved, always saved, well, I don't know. It's that blotting out I'm more concerned with. See, because I believe everybody's name's written in the Lamb's Book of Life. He wishes for none to perish, except those that weren't written. Those that are here as illustrations as what it is that you don't want to support. Be or... He said, be still and know. I was laying right there. And they don't... This place is like a hospital, man. It's so damn clean. RJC, Kent Regional Justice. It's a complex, and it was be still and know I am God. It's like, hell, I rolled over and it was just right there. Now, I'm telling you, they come in, and they move people out, they look around. That's all they do. It's all these fools do. And they look, and it's white. It's all white. If there's any... People try to get slick, you know, they try to put their little tag here and there, you know. Little tag. So-and-so was here. Oh, man, I know that fool. He's still alive. You know, a little tag here and there. They find that. They'll go get them. Wherever they're at, if they ain't really... You think I'm kidding? They'll have them come wherever they got transferred, because you work your way up into the, you know... And they'll have them clean that whole fucking thing. Even if it's dirty or not. To get that little... And that's how people say, well, I'm not riding in here. Why anyway? These fools will come in and check. And there it was. Be still. Big. With a pencil. One of them little pencils they give you. You know, the attorneys. Here, can you hold the pencil in your teeth, Mr. L? You know, and you're just sitting there. No, that's all right. Here, we'll just go ahead and sign it for you. It's all right. They say it's a Class C felony. By coercion or... Right, Rose? By coercion or... Huh, Hickman? Now, that's a hick, Judge Hickman. Ain't no judge. Yeah, we're going to throw him in there and I'll retire real quick. No, he's not. He's paying. Him and Calamari and all them little fags. They're all paying. They're all paying, and we're all watching. It's a beautiful thing, really. Because they love... Oh, this is by equal implication. They love to see people suffer, and now they're suffering. And going to continue to suffer. And suffer. And suffer. And suffer. That's what they're going to do. This is what they wanted, and we aim to please. Oh, you want to talk about it? Oh, Danny boy. So we'll get off that kick. We'll go ahead and let you breathe. Thing's still running. I got to walk you around. Sometimes we just, you know, we get rolling, and how much time? Oh, it's only been 34 minutes. Now, see, in this case, this seems like I've been on for an hour and a half. So usually it's the other way around. On for 5 hours, and I noticed the thing. I would have never even looked at this. And then I seen it was way buffering. Same with yours. They're starting to do that with you, I guess, now, Millie. But they've been doing that with mine for years. It start, in clips where there's no way. And then I seen that I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to do the audio. Piss on them, We'll do the old PP gate, right? We'll just run the audio. But then I seen that wasn't moving either, so we just abort. My point is that was 5 hours, and it seemed like 34, whatever it was, minutes. We weren't just that. It's fear. That's all it is. It's a coward. It's a coward. What it is it knows the time is short, and it don't, it don't want God to, have something as glorious as what's and counting. This beautiful banquet feast is increasing. It can't stand it because it's not invited. You ain't gonna see Axel Grease there. You ain't gonna see Trump there. That's for damn sure. You're gonna see these people here, and don't, please. This is just the message I get. I'm just passing mail. There's a few others, quite a few others, quite a few, but it doesn't please me. I know it may look like it, but what pleases me is the sin that's being snuffed out. Because it's fear. That sin is just fear. That's all it is. That's all it ever was. It's just fear. That's all it ever was. And it's faith. It's not love. It's faith. Well, faith is love. Well, it was love, light, and then the law, because the faith. Ye have little faith, right? Right? Like shooting fish in a barrel there, Danny. And as it's smashing pumpkins, it's cockfighting over here. And she said, that little girl, I think it was a little girl, well, hey, weren't you? And he's like, no, I wasn't. I don't fucking know that. I don't know anything about that. Really. For all the stuff that you just see. Well, we've just been testing and but what you've been doing is you've been tempting other people and ensnaring other people. The test is now over, buddy boy. You better hang on, because I'll tell you, that sword is double-edged for a reason. And which connections you should cut, vine and branches. There's that divine. And that ranch was right up there in Happy Valley. It was beautiful, really. It was so beautiful. I said, baby girl. I said, no, honey, that's not a squirrel. No, she was my baby. Yeah, I love all animals. All animals. Cats. I just like dogs better, honey. That's all. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. And the two children that were standing there said they had been waiting. Oh, and there's so much to do. So he said, don't get hung up on that, because that's what old Judas did. He went spilling his guts. They're going to tell you everything you need to know, people. Everything. Just keep seeking, knocking, and asking. What father would give their child a Trump when he's asked for an egg? Huh? Ooh. I said, who do you think you're fooling? You love me, love me, love me, love me. You got your bow, you got your chain. Gotta fix that little snitch mirror. Oh, this would have been a hot little commodity in prison right here. This one here. Alright. I'd have rented that thing out, boy. Woo-wee! I'd have rented that out. That would have went along with the tattoo gun. I'm not promoting this stuff, tattoos. I said, I don't have no tattoos on me. These are all the girl with the tattoo too, didn't we? Ah, that's right. The future was wide open. Oh, we just love to be alive and living. Isn't that something? Because we're free falling. Not like it. Oh, Lucifer that fell. Look. Do you see what happened? Oh, and that Kelsey Gabbard, all that stuff? You don't know that? All your politicians are like that. You don't know that? And if they're not, they're in the grinder, or they're just literally, they got something's going on. You don't know that, especially now, especially after today. Even more so today. You don't know that? And that little pretty face. You didn't see she had that Pepe Le Pew little skunk, that little pew. Come on, people. We seen that years ago. All honor, glory, and praise. Because I didn't want to see it. Look, I just wanted to go hunting, fishing, camping, and my wife, in a good way. And I'm not talking disrespectful, because she's like, hey, saddle up, Big Daddy, it's your turn. Because when your aim is to please, well then, quit now, right now. And see, that is, hey, that's great, but because sometimes I'm an overachiever. Because I'm a believer in them. I said, Ward, hey, our beloved women. Oh, gosh. And it tried to pervert me. I'm like, God, are you guys actually having fun? Couldn't even kill a little boy. Tried to pervert him. I said, there is no way. I heard that voice. It goes, oh, no, you'll be dating her. Actually, she was the one that virginized me. Properly, right where it was. No way. I didn't even know what out of my league meant. I just knew that the coach was putting me in. I just knew. That's what I just knew that's what was happening. I didn't know why, but I do now. I had to free Willie. He was the first king killer. Look, that was pretty damn funny right there. That was pretty good. That one was pretty good, especially if you're in the fold, right? You know exactly. Oh, it's so beautiful. Our Heavenly Father is so faithful from the beginning right to the end. He's the Alpha and the Omega, TikTok, true infinite Creator, right? That's amazing. It's amazing. Actually, it's incredible. It's so humbling, and that's why he said, and that's how that's absolutely able to manifest through you, is that humility. The humility when you've been down so low, there ain't nowhere else to go. You ain't got nowhere else to go but rise up. In His name, statutes, creeds, understanding and wisdom, boldness, truth, endurance and fierceness at times, kindness and meek, yes, gentle, very gentle, all the fruits of the Spirit. This is the fruits of the tree. He talks about life. These are the trees. We are the trees. We. An oak tree, you're in my way. He said yesterday, Brick. Yeah, this is a cherry tree. Anything you want, anything to try to provoke a. No, it's not. That's not a cherry tree. It's an oak tree. Anything. It's when you don't even give it not a second. You just have to move on. Move anything to stop you, to slow you down, so that it doesn't look like it's being ran into the ground. And way younger than you. Straight, raised, right, sucking on the tit of Baphomet. And that's a freak, that has no, but it does have tits. That's why it's not doing you much service when you guys have it all over and it's not. It's got a, like it does push-ups or something. That's a freak. It has tits. So you should really, if you're going to depict something, or, you're going to give it status, you take down certain statues and you erect. Oh, boy, the big obelisk. That big penis. Trump, the big penis. The big penis, and actually he's so far down the Luciferian. When it comes to, he's just really nothing to. Also, they're way, and they just kind of bounce around him. But they've limbed them like, we're dragging its heart right on through that same mud it came to drain Well, we're gonna go ahead and muck the stalls now. It's time to clean the pig shit out of the mire here, and. Because it's Bologna does have a first name, right? It's all just bullshit, people. It's bullshit, but you see it. And it's the same with Julian. Isn't that funny? Right on cue. Right on cue. Oh, and speaking of Q, God, I know he's out by now. He's the original Q. It's like Scrappy's the original Scrappy. Oh, don't think they're not. Shotgun's the original Shotgun. That kid, he had to get the front seat, Casey. He had to have it. So we named him Shotgun. Okay. Now, oh, and Forrest. It's beautiful how he did. Thank you, Father. So he had Dee's, one of Delilah's pups. They're 120 pound. Those Connie Corsos, and he had the rope wrapped around his ring finger. And Dee and Annie, little orphan Annie, remember my little Australian little shepherd, my little orphan Annie. They would go at it. He had to get rid of her because she would just get hurt. She wouldn't stop little Annie. She would take on all the bigger dogs, you know. And so they ended up getting rid of her after she got ran over by the tractor. Kind of reminds me of Faith Like Potatoes. Seriously, it's wickedness, carelessness, and then there's wickedness. So they got rid of her, but the point I'm trying to make is on one of these runs, the leash ripped his ring finger back up over his. I got pictures here. I'll show you. Just he showed me when he was in. He must have been all on some Dilaudid. Oh God, that stuff will make you. I said, I did what? Oh yeah, and you sent us pictures of your gut. I said, I don't remember that. Oh, apparently I did. So he must have been hopped up on something. Let me show you. Sherry King, I love you, sister. I love you. We spoke yesterday. She moved down to Larch Mountain, out down that way to Vancouver, Washington. Where is it? Forrest. Run, Forrest. Run. DeQueen. Oh, there's those 2 boxes. You got your ball, you got your... Those 2 boxes, I showed you those, right? Those are at his house. Those are the ones you sent me, Mel. Millstone. If you cause one of my little ones to stumble, Willie boy. Willie. Shithead Shatner. There it is. His ring finger. And I'll show you the other one he sent me when he was in the hospital. And all V'd out. Look! He's got his fucking... Look. He sent me that one too. He's got his bow on his AR because of his hand. Look at that. He's ready to go. Oh, here he is right here. Here it is. This V's all V'd up. So, ripped his ring finger over. Same thing that happened. Never want to wrap your around them ropes like that. Let's see, is there a song like that? If you cling too tightly to her, you're gonna lose control. Is that REO Speedwagon, I think? This one here, Shane. Oh, yeah, we were talking about Shane. That's right, he got his cut off down there at Good Sam. It was Sam that killed his family. Isn't that something? Right there at they call it something manor. It was a Castle Inn. And my dad stood straight up, just sat up right out of sleep, and said, "You'll never have him." And she never did. See, with these spirits, they know. They know certain things. They know, just like William Steen. They knew. See, now he's a good cop. He was a real officer. He did more, like I said, that box, that was just half of it. When I go over there, she's like, oh, no. What were they doing in the attic? Like toys in the damn attic? Huh? Toys in the damn... What would they be doing? Or is that flowers in the attic? Tyler. What a mess. Shit, I gotta get going, guys. That car's been running for an hour. Good out. Yep, almost an hour. But I want to walk you through here, and that's what I'm going to do. If I can, I'm going to unplug this. show you my little upgrades. Oh man, so much happier getting fucking excessive shedding. Shit, man, you want to talk about dander? Here we go. Let's see. Oh, beautiful. Oh, so far, so good. So far, so good. I'm gonna pick this whole damn thing up like a TV tray. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck it. You guys ain't gonna keep us. You ain't gonna keep us down. Let me move this way. No, we don't give up that easy. See, it's only too late if you give up. A little dust. I'm gonna knock the dust right off that baby. Just knock it, right? Just give it a little right there. There's everything, right? Right. There. He's crazy. That's right, Casey. Shit, you gotta be. You gotta be a little. But sincere, honest, true, reliable, very kind. Willing. Oh, willing. See, and that's what makes us guys so good in bed. When you're willing. Oh boy, you willing boys. Us willing boys. You see everything? Here. We got everything all around here. Little Texas, we got that at the flea market. Along with the big boy here. Let me show you. Big Daddy 391. Look at this. Look at this. A little short for this, but it's all right. Look at that. I got a really good deal on this, and it fires right up. I gave it just a drop of sea foam. Oh my goodness. It was already fired right up and idle. I need it to idle if I toss it and I'm doing something. I just need it to run like they do. That's what I need. I need that. So, even if I'm not doing this kind of work, you just got to have one. I had it still. I gave it to my son. Because I was thinking, you know what? Going to prison for 10 years, I probably won't fucking need it. Well, Mary Robinette. Oh, there's that Robinette, Casey. You know, the one that got rid of Mark Lindquist. You want to talk about a demon? I don't care what his little family. I'm not interested in what you think about. It's all bullshit. Bullshit. I'm going to court. Where's it at? It's all bullshit. Bullshit. Let's see. Oh, let's go in here. I got my bath now. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, people, look. I get to take a bath now. Look, I still find little bits of residue of hair and stuff. Ugh. Shit creeps me out. I get creeped out over little stuff, but big stuff, that's blew Tawana away. She's like, oh my God, you are fucking nuts. Little stuff that I just couldn't believe you doing. That's crazy shit. But you just like it's nothing. And then the little shit you flip out about. I was like, well, you know, hey, I'm a weirdo. Strange and peculiar. Not weird as in, you know, petty weird. I don't know how them fuckers enjoy that shit. Those people are just fucking just completely just creepy. But there's my new bed. I slept in this last night. Could not believe that they let me take this. Now, I would never in my entirety think that I would go through Buddy's. But Tawana's been going through there for a long time at Rent-A-Center. And this was a display model. And nobody slept on it. So they gave me a discount when I called them. Because they delivered it when I was helping her the other day taking stuff to the dump. Took a big old dump run. And so I was there to help her while they were delivering. I thought, God, how long have you been renting from these people? She's like, I don't know, quite a few years. I said, well, shit, man, maybe you can give me a good word or something. She said, well, we'll go there and fill out the stuff. I gave $20, and they let me leave this brand new bed. $20. So that's all I gave them, and I took it home. Because he said, well, you can take it today in your truck if you want. I said, are you shitting me? I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. Or it'll be a week and we'll deliver it back out there. I said, no, I will. So I got some cardboard and I laid it on the... It wouldn't even fit in the bed, but I laid it across so it wouldn't get dirty. Oh yeah, these fags, they're not going to keep us from showing you guys around. And there's my hunting stuff. I need to get hunting. I've been so damn busy. But I'm fiending to do a little bit of... Send a few arrows through the brush. But yeah. This is it right here, people. We're at friggin' here. I got it. I got that table when I moved to Happy Valley, California in Redding. Right there, that table I kept from a girl that was, well, her and her ex-girlfriend wife were getting a divorce, which didn't surprise me. Katie, she got a bunch of money from her dad, and then she went pretty well sideways and fucking got involved in drugs, and I don't know how, but $1 million home. Anyway, that was just some of the stuff out of the money that she bought to furnish his home down in Ording, right down here by Rose. Well, she's probably not. And that real nice development, beautiful home. And so I bought a bunch of her furniture, and that table that's out there is one of them. That really nice table. I knew it was $800 because she showed me the receipt. And she was having a sale at her house, and I happened to have a U-Haul up from Redding because I pick along the way, and I was buying stuff, and I had the money back then, so I'd buy, and I would, if I seen there was a yard sales or so, I'd take a U-Haul, a small U-Haul, and have Tawana follow me in a truck, and I'd be picking stuff, then go to these flea markets here, and I'd have usually pounds of weed, so it was illegal here, and I'd give people I knew weed for a real good deal, candy, because I had that candy business, and then I wouldn't waste any brush strokes, and I would go to the flea market, and then off my friend, I'd be just meet with family and stuff, and kick it, And so, all right, I love you guys very much. I really want to take you guys on the road because I had some really good reception all this time. Never get reception over in that forest, never. And then did for a little while and thought, I'm going to do a little Sasquatch deal. And then I heard Donut, and I'm like, yep, that's it. He's I better respond because he's speaking to me. So I better at least let him know so he's got confirmation, so he doesn't think he's just, out of his mind. And people do that out of fear, they'll just. But if you got fear, and then you also are led to, don't get hung up on it. It's people that have faith that have spiritual matureness, and they ain't gonna take it personal. They're not. They can't. They can't because that flesh is weak, and people are people. People are people, but you'll see there should be a progress. It's just like life. It's measurable, it's observable, and it's repeatable. And if you can't fucking repeat something, man, then something's wrong. But if you're repeating this different shit, like you see, you're not even seeing Trump's not even. You're not seeing the actual flesh. That's why nobody's seen him. Everybody says, yeah, nobody's seen him. You haven't seen him. No, you haven't. You haven't seen him. Nobody's seen Trump. You haven't seen him. You guys haven't seen him. No, okay, I'm going to get this rolling. I'm going to turn this way because I'm going to try to... I just realized, why am I putting that back? I'm going to probably have to do one in a day or so. And I'm just going to leave this open so that they get used to this being this way. All right, well, I love you guys. I got to get this fence and gate built. It's a blessing that Matthew has work for me when Tony isn't. We did 3 jobs yesterday. A little off track, just a little bit. And it just started with one customer that was already scheduled for a job, and then the neighbors. It was in a gated community. He was like, "Hey man, would you chop my tree down?" And then so we did actual 2 different get a lot of stuff done. Man, that chipper is a beast. It's a savage. That thing, it'll eat up pieces, 24, 30 inches round. It's a hog. Definitely. But yeah, the enemy. I was like, huh. So, because he asked me, and I already knew. I already kind of knew, but like I try not to read into too much stuff because it just, just let it happen. I've learned to get these, it'll all just kind of milled into the answer. And yes, no, or not right now type thing. I knew something wasn't right. And so after about the third day, I said, so where did you, and he's like, oh, he already had it. It was almost like it was reversed. Well, they really didn't know each other, but they would discuss each other. And I said, oh, it's a long story. I said, I'm just glad. And I just stopped him because once that, it was almost like, and you could just see it was just programmed, just like a Trump thing. It was just programmed. It was an act, just right into it because they've got them programmed. That's what they have them. They have them programmed. They literally probably sleep if they sleep. They have headphones. They're constantly pounding their psyche, all their senses with what they want them to say and act and how they. But after a while, it just starts to fall apart. If it's not natural, it come to change times and laws, natural times and laws. We're on a completely different time schedule. It's got us fucking thinking. Well, not us. We know most everything it says, and especially like Tucker and all that stuff. You think they'd still hit a rung him out alone? It's all the same bullshit. It's everything just to keep people just divided and wondering and kind of thinking, well, maybe look at these faggots. Look at these punk bitch, little maggot, faggot, coward, fucking queer bait, fucking whores. You see them? See what they're doing, these punk bitch motherfuckers? Yeah, I'm pissed. You see that? Them little bitch maggots. Look. See, it's not gonna let me show you. Fuck that. I'm gonna open this window. Pardon my French, but I'm pissed about this one. Look at these little faggots. We're gonna go right on through this hazy ass window. Look at these punk bitch maggot faggot fuck faces. Well, we're gonna destroy all those. You know what that is? Look at that. Well, nothing to see there, Mr. L. And yeah, nothing to fucking see there. Do you see that? That one. Children wondering why they got this and that retarded and all the shit we pray and lay our hands on them over. All unnatural. That's what that is. All the Alzheimer's, all your little, your Parks, everything's, all the cancer, all that shit. It's all it. It's all your little Trump, all your little friends, your little Pelosi, all your little friends. That's what that is. So that's what and your vote don't mean shit. Locally it used to, just enough to fool your ass, but it means nothing. Your vote means nothing. If nobody went and voted, they would still have whoever they would try to have who they would want to be the voice of its butthole. Because I'm telling you right now, if it was to depict that statue in its true little it's what it looks like, it's got tits. I seen that in a book a long time ago when I was in the library down in Juvenile Hall, 1211 East Alder. I seen that statue, that goat, sitting on a chair. It was a black and white. It might have been a National Geographic. I looked at a lot of National Geographic, a lot of pictures. And I thought to myself, what the hell is that? That's a freak. And I looked for some signs of genitalia. And the only thing that was there was the tits. Nice tits. They look like C cup titties. The probably 34, 36, maybe. But there was nothing else going on. I thought, what the hell? It's like a half, like a manatee, whatever they're called. Not a manatee. No, sweetheart. Just get out of Florida. I asked him, so there's no lumber, and you do this every season. Sand, 1 foot on the sea, and anyway, so there it is, old Baphomet. I thought there's no Peter, There's no, and I seen hoofs. I'm like, wow, what the? And it stuck. It was like paper clipped in my mind. Paper clipped in my mind about that. And then I seen a recent picture, which the next time I seen a picture was on the college. Somebody was doing I think it might even have been, I don't know, I'm not going to say it, but it was somebody that had showed a picture of a video of somebody doing a mock ritual killing in front of that statue at a college. And that's the second. I was like, man, where are the damn tits? There's no tits on this thing. This isn't right. This isn't what I seen a long, long time ago. And that book was probably from the 50s or so. It was old. You notice all the books are gone. I met a guy in prison that he let me know, an angel. They're destroying all the books. That's what they're doing. They're destroying them. They're buying them, and they're literally buying. They got people buying books, half-price books, buying them, and then destroying, throwing them away. They're paying people. Yeah. So anyway, I love you guys. I will see you soon. I'll leave this right here. Leave the window open. Be the bearer of good news, not the little Trumpy bear. Right? And it's all right. You're entitled to your own opinion, but more so today than even yesterday. If you just keep asking and seeking and knocking. And I believe that our Heavenly Father is not going, His word will never return void, ever. I've never, now, maybe not now, yes or no, it might not be but, yeah, keep seeking. That's absolutely for certain, because when you seek, it's like, we all are, like, in this spiritual tone of harmony. This like Bet said, it's this marching in a common, it's this symphonic, I don't know, it's like the sound of this not just rushing water, but you know how me and Tawana were discussing, she's got this incense burner, which I have that one there, I'll grab here in a second, and then I do have to get going. But they have these, not only incense, but they have these little waterfalls that kind of relax you, and they really do. When I'm out in the forest and there's a stream or a creek, I could just sit there and just listen. It's absolutely just hypnotic in some ways. It's amazing on how you just kind of just become part of Mother Nature. But it's the sound of this water. It's like all my senses. I could smell it, hear it, I see it. It's like a taste. It's when he said, "You're like candy to my soul. Sweet you rock and sweet you roll." It's I'd never heard that song before. And there it was, right there. Now I do have my own playlist. I do, which I found. I was like, oh, that's what they're talking about, my playlist. Because someone said, and I didn't even know what they were saying, but it was our Heavenly Father that said they're mocking us. Because I've said a long time ago, no, I'm being mocked. No, they're not mocking you. They're mocking us. And we're two or more gathered. Don't worry about that. I got this. You go about your business. You go about our business. I'm about my Father's business. And business is good. It's real good. He just drops it. He drops it like it's hot, and we just, because it's the absent of north. So if you're standing north, which is here, right, and you're looking at a clock, well, there's your west right here. So this clock is, so this hand is moving this way. So as far as the east, which is here, 3 is the east, right here. 1, 2, yeah, 3 is east, and then you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 would be around to your west. So east, and then there's your south, and then west. That's as far as the east is. That's how I was led to perceive and share that info that way. As far as the east is to the west, that's the foundation. That's what he means. As far as the east is to the west, but what about the north and the south? Because it's all one big. That's that circle. That's that matrimony. That's that wedding. That's the bride adorning herself for the groom. That's what that is. Eternity. Matrimony. Love. Love, light, life, and law, because of the lack of faith, because of sin. That's why we hate sin. Sin is bad, bad. It's like yeast. But faith is also like yeast. So it just depends on how you... Because it's all being reversed. Once I started receiving that, I thought, man, this is confusing. How can it be? He's like, I'm not the author of confusion, son, but the finisher of you in your faith. You are the open book. You, son. You have to believe this. They don't. You have to. You won't have to say anything other than what I give you. You won't have to say nothing. Just as you, Casey, you don't have to. You don't want to be contrary. You don't want to. You don't say anything. You don't have to. Other people recognize things. That's where humility comes in. That's not letting the left hand know what the right hand's doing. So he gets all the honor, glory, and praise. That's why he uses the least likely. And he'll continue to. And he'll take the gifts of those that bury him, the gifts of those that bury them because they couldn't believe. You go through all these different transitions. First, it might be just, no way. Then you might get scared. It might go in a different order. But either way, it's a sin. And but being patient, as our Father is, very patient. He is absolutely wishing for none to perish. But then there's also a point to where, we become lukewarm then also. He'd rather us just be cold. But that lukewarm is what causes them to stumble. That's your religion. That's all your Paula Whites and all that. Well, they're just satanic, but that's your lukewarm. That's what those are. Those are your lukewarm ones. Those are the ones that say God, but they don't mean Yeshua. They don't live a life reflective of Yeshua, Christ the Messiah, in us. That return in us, in that fulfillment. He come to fulfill. That's what he come. He said, I come not to change anything. I'm passing the buck. No, I'm just passing mail. See, that change starts right in here. It's a cleaning process. Well, you ask and believe, and that's how it works. Then you'll start to see. Because you'll seek, and then that's why. It's not going to just come, knocking at your door. Maybe at your back door. Because it eats more chicken than any man ever seen. It's a backdoor man. It's a nasty fool. Stinky little fool. I got to get going. I love you guys. 113. There's one for the books, Danny boy. There's one. Oh, there's one for all you numerology. He'll do whatever he wants. He uses. It's an imitator. And how do you know the real thing? How do you get to know the real thing? A counterfeit. Spend enough time around the real thing. My Aunt Susie, pray for her, please. And I told Forrest the other day, I'll fly over there with you if you'd like. Well, them pictures were in the attic. Why? She used to work at Sand Point. One foot on the sea and one on the sand. She could detect the naval base. A counterfeit. What? There was actually counterfeit? Because she was around the real thing. She handled so much of it that she knew. She could probably feel it. Okay, I love you people. We could do this forever and will. And you notice how some people you feel like you've known forever? You see, some people, it irritates them, almost kind of fear. Just pray. Keep seeking. A lot is happening. A lot of major things. It's amazing. He said to me, you know, we're at the spring fair. I said, how long does it go on for? About 30 days. He looked at me like that. Are they training them up now? Young. It's a spiritual deficit. But they hate the inevitable so much. But the young ones they use actually are still brainwashed to believe that they're going to somehow be victorious in this finalization of this spiritual battle, which is completely a lie. You see it, but as the days had wore on, and I didn't wear out, you started to see the true colors start to come out, and the anger of the revelation starting to take place and manifest in it, or the shh part of it, just its shh side. The Victoria has no secret side. You see, I seen it yesterday too. Tries to, but I see it. And then when these certain little things don't work, so be cautious and know and smile and know you're on the right track. And you see, you have to know that you know. Know what? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. So when you see things repeatedly that are completely, hey, wait a minute, this isn't, well, look at Peter. If it's you, tell me to come. It is me. Come on. He jumped out of that boat. I'm sure he didn't think that. Waking up first thing that morning, hey, I'm going to go do some hydroplaning. It's like I didn't think or believe that when I got up the next day that I could possibly forget to get down on my knees and thank our Heavenly Creator that I'm sure was going to get me out of this one this time. And when I swung my feet out, put them down on that cold cell floor, they were gone. My sandals were gone. Because my flesh had already put it out of my mind. My belly was just, all it wanted was that food. Why do birds suddenly appear every time? Look at these fags. Look at these fags back. Look at that. Look at that. Truth, love, light, and fear. Look at that up there. Look at that fear. Fear. Just fear. It's a big bohemian fear fest. Yeah, he goes to Bohemian Grove. He snuck into. Yeah, I'm filming. Yeah, right. Just like little orphan Annie. And she was the stuff you can see through people's eyes. The lies. And he's a professional. Oh, that guy can just, I don't know if he puts pepper. He's like, I really, I disagree with Alex on a lot of things, but, a couple of fucking. No, it's gotten so blatantly obvious. Got to cut it off. Just cut it. You cut it right off. If it causes you to sin, well, then it's probably going to cause other people to stumble. It's an ensnarement. And so you give it enough rope and it'll hang itself and then it'll be spilling its guts because we're seeking. We're seeking with our hearts are supple and ready. So we seek, and he knows our seek. Please search me out. Please, because I can't trust myself. You see, because I don't even want to search me out, sift my heart, please. I want to make sure my intents first thing in the morning so that I can be a light in this world of darkness that's exposing that negative, that very negative that had tried to keep me down and stuffed me right out. Oh, it just came to destroy my insanity and just outright kill me. It wanted all of what was left of my sanity. It was, and the whole time the Lord's like, oh no, son, you are strange and peculiar. Okay, I love you people so much. I gotta go. I got to go. I will talk to you very, very soon.